Hello dear student, welcome to GDC and welcome to TEJAS series of your railway pharmacist. So it's a series of question series of your railway pharmacist exam. As you know, the vacancies are was come and you have to apply for the railway pharmacist exam. And today's I am 𝙂𝙋𝘼𝙏. I am going to discuss about few important topics and their MCQs of inorganic chemistry. So please be patient during all the discussion of TEJAS series of this episode, and we are going to discuss about the pharmaceutical impurities questions, and after that limit test you have your chloride limit test, your sulfate limit test, iron, heavy metal and arsenic limit test. Next we will discuss about some questions about the acid and base buffer. Then we will discuss about the blood haematinics, that is, then GIT. So please be patient during all the sessions, and I hope you are going to enjoy these sessions, and you have to watch this session completely. And just I am going to start you have first question in chloride limit test the reagent added for precipitation is. So as I told you that we have 5 limit tests, basically chloride, sulfate, iron, arsenic and lead. So the question is in chloride limit test the reagent added to precipitate is like NaCl, NaCl, sodium chloride, silver nitrate, sodium nitrate and silver chloride. So as you know, in chloride limit test, chloride is react with your HNO3 in presence of your silver nitrate. So the basic reaction of your chloride limit test is it is the reaction between your chlorine ion and your silver nitrate in presence of dilute HNO3. You have to remember that dilute HNO3 that is used in the limit test of chloride. So there will be chance they will ask about the questions in limit test of HNO3, limit test of chloride, which reagent is used. So you have to remember that it occur in presence of silver nitrate as well as in dilute HNO3. So dilute nitric acid and silver nitrate. Sometimes you are able to see that they will write silver nitrite. They will write silver nitrite also. So the soluble chloride in presence of dilute nitric acid to give opalescence of silver chloride. So basically in limit test of chloride there is a opalescence formation, means there is no color formation, as in the limit test of iron and heavy metal, and we can say in arsenic I will tell you there is a formation of your color, and in this test there is no formation of color, there is a opalescence, or we can say turbidity, and the opalescence or turbidity we can measure with the standard. If the standard solution is more turbid than the test, if standard solution is more turbid than the test, it means it will pass, or we can say if test sample is less turbid than the standard, it means it is going to fail the limit test. Got it? So next question we have your Lewis theory of acid and base. Describe the acidity and alkalinity that rely on. We have basically Arrhenius theory, we have Bronsted-Lowry theory, and we have Lewis theory. And the Bronsted theory, that is totally about your non-aqueous, or we can say doesn't tell us about the aqueous medium, or we can say your non-aqueous titration as well as your Karl-Fischer titration is also based on your Bronsted concept. So in this question they are asking the Lewis theories of acid base are describing the acidity and alkalinity on which basis? Exchange of atom, okay, and exchange of proton, okay, exchange of molecules and exchange of electron. So basically exchange of atom, I don't think there is any theory in between three, there is exchange of atom, and same is exchange of molecules is also not there in any theory, any three story. So next is exchange of proton, maybe, and exchange of electron. So the Lewis theory that basically tell us about the electron configuration. Then we discuss about your Bronsted theory that are basically related to your protons. So as it is written here, the Lewis theory of acid base reactions are we can say the acid base reactions, or we can say electron pair acceptor and electron pair donor. We can say your Lewis base can donate a pair of electron, and whereas your Lewis acid that can contribute to form a covalent bond and they can accept the electron. So basically Lewis acid is or we can say electron acceptor, Lewis acid are electron acceptor, and Lewis base are your electron donor. So you have remember that B and D are the brother and sister bed, and like basically like you are watching this video and you are going to sleep on the bed. So why are you going to sleep and watch the videos while laying down on the bed? You just have to be sitting on a proper position by taking chair or table. If you are not convenient, like it is not affordable to you, then you can use chair only. If you are not affordable for the chair only, then do your study by only sitting there, not you have to lying there, because when you are going to lying and you are like sleep hormones can release and they are asking like just skip it and we can do it tomorrow. So don't be like this, like you just have to be work in a disciplined way, and like as you are student of GDC and me, so during our lecture or during my lecture you don't have to be like taking the power nap, got it? And you don't have to be like, so this is not a good thing. Like being a student of GDC and me, you don't have to be do like this type of activity. So always be with the active mindset in any type of your questions or any type of your classes. You are very lucky that we are teaching you, or you are very lucky ki like a biggest platform that is in your mobile phone. Like I just I'm telling the one line, like on we can say like you had seen somewhere like police FIR, or we can say police cab, and it was written that only one at the distance of one call. So basically the GDC is also on the distance of your 30 second. 30 second means like you just have to unlock your mobile phone, then go on the YouTube and just write here TEJAS series, and you are able to see this. Whereas our app is also there, and that is GDC classes English and GDC classes app, where you have to download it from Play Store and then register yourself with your active mobile number, and after that you will get your code area of course interested. So coming to the point, like Lewis base, you are able to see that B and D, that are your brother and sister, brother and daughter, or we can say Lewis base are your electron donor, whereas Lewis acid are your electron acceptor. So basically Lewis theories are related to your electron, and it tell you about the electron acceptor are your acid, and Lewis base are like electron donor. Got it? So next is like according to Loughry-Bronsted theory, acid is. So as I told you that the Bronsted theories tell us about the proton. So proton, there is only a single option I think, and like we have first option is no, because electron is related to your Lewis theory, and we have your proton. So there is two concepts like proton acceptor and proton donor. So proton donor are your acid. As I told you that proton donor is your acid, electron acceptor are your acid. So they can according to Bronsted theory, the acid are those compounds that can donate the proton, and base are those compounds that can accept the proton according to Bronsted theory. Whereas Lewis theory tell you about like electron acceptor are your acid, whereas electron donor are your base. I hope this is enough explanation. So you are able to see here the typical table of all these three concepts, like Arrhenius concept is there, Bronsted concept is there, and Lewis concept is there. So basically, like there was question in a previous railway pharmacist exam as well as in the previous central pharmacist exam, and they was asking like what are your Arrhenius base, how you can explain that your Arrhenius base. So Arrhenius base are those compounds that can donate OH negative ion, as in our little class, like we are discussing like H2O that is broken into S positive and OH negative. So same is here, like OH negative are our base and H positive that is your acid. So just three concepts we will do quick revision, like Arrhenius acid are your donor of positive, or we can say donor of H positive. Lewis base are your donor of OH negative. Bronsted-Lowry concept tell us about like donor of S positive is your acid, and proton acceptor is your base. Whereas Lewis theory will tell us about like acceptor of electron are your acid and donor of electron are your base. So you are able to see the we can say example like Arrhenius theory, that is totally tell us of like S positive and OH negative. So these are those compound in which S positive and OH negative are released are your Arrhenius acid. Whereas proton Bronsted theory can tell us about the proton concept. So here you are able to see that those that can release the proton are your acid and those that can accept the proton are your base according to Bronsted theory. And one important point is like your Bronsted theory is for the non-aqueous, or we can say only we can not applicable to the aqueous solution. It is only for your non-aqueous solution. Got it? So next you have your Lewis theory. So Lewis theory, or we can say it's a acceptor of electron, like acid are those compound that can accept the electron, whereas your donor are like that can donate the electron. So according to Arrhenius theory, in an aqueous solution acid increase the S positive ion and whereas base are going to increase the concentration of your OH negative ion. So the limitation of this theory that it identify the reaction of acid and base only in aqueous medium. So this is very important point, like our Arrhenius theory will tell us about only in aqueous solution. Got it? So like again research was gone and the new concept was come, like Bronsted theory, Bronsted-Lowry concept, and the Bronsted-Lowry concept is has tell us like how is our proton and how is our how is proton donor and how is our proton acceptor, and which one will say like acid and base. Got it? So like we have next question for you. Like next question is like in the limit test for arsenic, the gas which impart yellow stain to mercury chloride paper. So just you have to go like scroll the YouTube and scroll the same videos content, and where you will see like the videos on the we can say video of limit test. So in that you are able to see, even I am also going to discuss about the Arrhenius theory or Arrhenius limit test. Like Arrhenius limit test, there is a gas which impart yellow stain on mercury chloride paper. So it is your arsine gas. So arsine gas, that is basically that can leads to the release of your we can say impart of your yellow stain on your mercury chloride paper. Mercury chloride paper is having the mercury and chlorine, and this is the typical diagram. You are able to see our Arrhenius apparatus, and you are able to see that this is your lead acetate cotton plug, and that is mercury chloride paper, where the yellow stain of your arsine gas is present, and the we can say quantity of arsine that produce can be we can say impart the color, or we can say intensity of colored impart, that we can compare with the standard solution, and then we can say like this can pass or fail the limit test. Got it? Next you have the chemical name of Fe2O3. So Fe2O3, that is your iron oxide. So you are basically here like 3, and like here like just you can 3 also. So I will tell you like iron oxide, it is an organic compound, and chemically it is we can say iron trioxide, and it is also known as red iron oxide and your hematite. So these compounds that are naturally occurring in rock of all the ages, and it appears as red brown solid, and the odor of your iron oxide is our odorless, and its pH is around 7. Got it? So next we have your muriatic acid is a synonym of. So you just have to remember that muriatic acid is a synonym of your HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, that is the muriatic acid. So it's an aqueous solution of your hydrogen chloride having the formula HCl aqueous. It is also the colorless, and it is basically used in as a acidifying agent, or we can say to increase the decrease the pH. I am telling to decrease the pH means like if a solution is having the pH around 5, and just we have to decrease in pH means like it's around 2 pH. So just we have to add the HCl to make it more acidic. So as it will go more acidic, so it can down your pH. Whereas like the base that are like NaOH that are going to can use to increase the pH. Increase the pH means somehow that are touching to 14. Got it? Next you have the chemical formula for hypophosphoric acid. Hypophosphoric acid, that is having the formula that is H4P2O6. So you have to remember that Fe2O3, that is your iron trioxide, and next is your hypophosphoric acid, that is having the formula H4P2O6, that is your hypophosphoric acid. So hypophosphoric acid is a mineral acid with phosphorus in an oxidation state of +4, and it is chemical. It has a chemical formula that is H4P2O6, and in the solid state it exists as dihydrate and having the formula H4P2O6 and 2H2. Like dihydrate means there is attachment of 2H2 here. And next question for you, that is the limit test of iron depend on the interaction of iron with. So iron limit test that depend on the interaction of iron with your thioglycolic acid. Just you have to remember that nitric oxide, so nitric acid and silver nitrate is related to your we can say chloride limit test. Next is like mercury chloride paper and your arsine gas, and your lead acid cotton plug, that is your arsenic limit test. Next we have your iron limit test. So basically the interaction of iron that depend on your thioglycolic acid. So limit test of iron is based on the reaction of iron in ammonical solution with thioglycolic acid in presence of citric acid to form your iron thioglycolate, which is pale pink to deep reddish purple in color, and ferric iron is reduced to your ferrous iron by thioglycolic acid, and the compound produced is your ferrous thioglyconate. So citric acid that form a soluble complex with iron, and it can prevent its precipitation by ammonia as ferric oxide. So color developed that only in presence of your alkali. And the color that is due to the formation of your coordination compound and ferrous thioglycolate, which is stable in absence of your iron but fade in air due to oxidation. So basically your ferric ion that is going to react with your thioglycolic acid and it can form your ferrous ion. So you just remember like ferric ion that is having the F3 plus oxidation state, ferrous ion that is your F2 positive. So it can react further by citric acid and ammonical solution and it can form a ferrous glycolate complex, and it will impart a purple color complex. It is going to impart purple color concept. So next question for you guys, like which of the following is a dye that produce results similar to limit test? So which dye is used to impart the result that is similar to your limit test? So you have 𝙎𝙬𝙧 dye that is going to impart the color that is similar to your limit test. So what is 𝙎𝙬𝙧? So 𝙎𝙬𝙧, like while the litmus paper that is quietly handle, or we can say quite handy when we need to common acid and base indicator. Like just I am not going to read this whole table, just I am saying you a simple word, like it's a simple trick like bar. So in which like when litmus paper is going blue to red, B here is nothing, that is your blue. B is here for blue, and R is here for your red. And the acid, A is here is acid, no? A is here acid. So your acid are those compound, or we can say our litmus paper is going to respond from blue to red if the testing solution is your acidic. And if your litmus paper is going to return from R to B, means red to blue, or we can say it's in basic condition. Got it? So please read whole the questions carefully and reply accordingly. Just this is the next question for you. Just read it. Which among the following is used as systemic acidifier? Just take a 5 second of pause. 5 second of pause you have to take, and after that you have to move to the option. Like our human mind is like that. Okay, the question is like which among the following is used as a systemic acidifier, and the option is potassium iodide, potassium citrate, ammonium chloride, sodium acetate. What is this? What are you going to do this? Like take a pause, like a systemic acidifier, like there is a discussion of somehow antacid, and a systemic acidifier like that can down the not antacid, that can down your we can say pH of your blood. So just take a pause, and here is like ammonium chloride that is used as systemic acidifier. We are going to discuss, I am going to discuss in this upcoming slide also. Like you are able to see like systemic acidifier, or we can say the ammonium chloride in our liver that is converted into urea, and with the liberation of your S positive ion. S positive ion, as I told you, that acidifier are used to down the pH of your blood. So which lower your pH, and the chloride. So ammonium chloride that can increase the acidity. Increase the acidity means that can down the pH, or we can say increase the acidity matlab there is an increase of S positive ion concentration. Like HCl, like I am taking the common example because you are familiar about the hydrochloric acid. So HCl here is going to release your S positive ion and chlorine negative ion. So H positive here is increase, and the concentration, sorry, H positive is increase, pH is going to be less, like down or we can say toward 1 pH, and your acidity is going to increase. Got it? I hope you are able to correlate these all the things. So it's a good news for all of you guys. Like we have important book for your upcoming pharmacist exam, right? Like your railway pharmacist exam, your central government health scheme exam, your AIMS exam, your ESIC exams, your Subdarjan exams, your state exam also, like Telangana, Maharashtra, your Bhubaneswar, your Raipur, Andhra Pradesh. So this book is only for you. So the name of the book is like Pharmacist at Your Fingertips. I personally recommend this book because I had sold this all the book, and the work done by our team is highly appreciated. I hope you are also going to enjoy this book. And when we discuss about the theories part, like we have theories, that is a fully colored book in which you include the syllabus according to your latest pharmacist syllabus, and we have also highlighted key points there, and it's like very a friendly way. It's a like friendly book, like you can read it accordingly at your own convenience, as well as it is going to cover your whole the syllabus of your pharmacist exam. And the book that is of Pharmacist at Fingertips contain 820 colored pages, so that are not too much because it is going to convert your it is going to contain your all the syllabus, and the price is just only 999. So like we are going in a party with the friend, we are spending like 2000 rupees there. So please spend your money for a good things, like for your studies. It's my personal recommendation. Don't do offer the gift and party to your friend, because they are remembering you for a few days, like few months or few years. And if you are spending your money for your studies, then the study that you are going to do and the job that you are going to take from here, you can keep it in your mind, or you can say all can see like this is my brother, this is my my sister, that is my daughter, he's my son. So all are like watching on you, like he is a doctor, he is a pharmacist, he is a pharmacy officer, he is a pharmacist grade second, he is a senior pharmacist, he is a chief pharmacist, CG chief pharmacist. So just keep in your mind, like please don't waste your time on unnecessary things. Do we can say do purchase your area of content from your respective we can say organization, or we can say from this organization only. Sorry. We have your pharmacist objective book also, that is only and only cost around 4,999. If you are going to purchase the combo option, then there is an offer for you also. Just go on the GDC classes app, where go on the store option and just scroll it down, and you are able to find the book option here, and after that you are going to cover this. So next question we have, next option is have your in combination of antacid and magnesium salt are added. So in combination, antacid and magnesium salt are added. Why there is a need to add the antacid and magnesium salt? So like the option are like for its laxative action. Why there is a laxative action? Because common combination of your magnesium salt and your antacid, that are a laxative action, because magnesium hydroxide, that is an antacid, or we can say its laxative property depending on the dose of administration. So we have your aluminum hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide are the antacid that used together to relieve the heartburn, or we can say acid indigestion, or we can say upset of stomach. Like sometimes you are able to see, like just you are sitting there and there is a regurgitation, or we can say GERD, gastro reflux disease, like you are able to see like somehow you know irritation in your throat as well as in the chest areas. Next you have find out the given structure. So find out the given structure, you are able to see like option first of all you have to just see the structure. Like in this structure you are able to see the carbon, hydrogen, iron and oxygen. Got it? So like ferrous sulfate, so I don't think like there is a sulfate group, isn't it? You are able to see that. So I don't think like there is a sulfate group. So sulfate group is not there. Next you have sodium fumarate. Sodium fumarate is there is any sodium? No. So there is no sodium. Got it? Next is your ferrous fumarate. Maybe this. Like in these type of question, what the student were doing, like they just saw the structure. Oh, this is a very typical structure, and I am not able to know about this structure. So in these type of question, you just have to use, or we can say smart. You have to play smartly. Like you just have to go on this screen on this structure. Like okay, carbon, oxygen, and iron is there. So means like there is no sulfate, no sodium, and this is the only option, I think. No? So this is the only option. So just you have to solve this question in a very smartly way. So the ferrous fumarate, that is having the chemical formula C4H2FeO4 and having the molecular weight, that is 169.9, and its synonym is like phyostate. Ferrous fumarate is your phyostate and iron fumarate, and it is formed by the typical reactions between your ferrous sulfate and your sodium fumarate. So ferrous sulfate and sodium fumarate that are in the previous exam are the precursor of your ferrous fumarate. Got it? Next is your deficiency of haematinics can be caused by, deficiency of haematinics can be caused, or we can say can cause anemia. Anemia, that is deficiency of your anemia, that is deficiency of your blood. So haematinics is a nutrition or we can say nutrient required in the formation of your red blood cells, that is we can say blood cell also. So the process in which the formation of blood cell, that is your hematopoiesis. So main haematinics are include your iron, vitamin B12, that is cyanocobalamin, folate, that is we can say folic acid. So deficiency of haematinics, or we can say these type of nutrient that are that we are going to use for the formation of blood cells are your or we can say deficiency of these haematinics leads to your anemia. And next we have your, which is known as spirit of salt. So spirit of salt is nothing, that is your hydrochloric acid, as well as we had discussed it is also known as muriatic acid in the previous questions. Next you have in the heavy limit test, heavy limit test, the metal and the standard prepared by using the solution. So in heavy limit test, so basically we have heavy, we can say heavy metal like we have heavy metal like your arsenic, we have heavy metal arsenic, lead, tin, mercury, chromium, cobalt. So these are our heavy metal, and the standard solution we are going to prepare by using it lead nitrate. So lead nitrate that are basically used to prepare the standard solution of the heavy metal, and the quantity as per the Indian Pharmacopoeia is for the 20 ppm. So 20 ppm of standard solution we have to prepare for the heavy metal, and the test include your lead, mercury, bismuth, arsenic, antimony, tin, cadmium, copper, and molybdenum. So next question, student, for you. Find out the chemical formula of ferrous ascorbate. So just you have to remind these whole the concept, like you have to discuss muriatic acid, you have to discuss ferrous fumarate formula, you have to discuss about caustic acid, caustic acid formula, green vitriol, blue vitriol, and lime water, as well as you have to discuss about your Wagner reagent, your Goldfischer reagent, your Grignard reagent. So these are the particular formula that you have to use. So ferrous ascorbate, that is nothing, that is C12O12 or C12O14 FeO12. So ferrous ascorbate, that is basically used like ferrous, like you are able to see like some here, like there is an option of ferrous. So ferrous means that is totally related to your blood. So ferrous ascorbate, that is a combination of your vitamin C and iron. So and the synonym of your ferrous ascorbate is like your iron complex, we can say L-ascorbic acid iron complex. Chemical formula that I had told you, that is C12H14 FeO12, and the molecular weight, that is 406.08. and next we have your systemic antacid. So systemic antacid, as I told you, that is your sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is nothing, it is your NaSCO3. So you have basically two type of antacid. One is your non-systemic antacid, that include your magnesium hydroxide as well as aluminum hydroxide, that I had told you previously. And systemic antacid, that is your sodium bicarbonate. Got it? And GIT apparatus, that is the basically used for on your arsenic. Like there is a concept like arsenic limit test is also known as GIT test. And like according to IP, the limit test of lead we are going to perform by in the funnel test, in the funnel, or we can say. So arsenic, that is the apparatus that is used, or we can say you are able to see the typical diagram of your arsenic. So it will give your yellow stain. So just put your efforts on all the things on the all the slide. Just remember the day when you are a government pharmacist and you are sitting in your cabin, or you are dispensing, or we can say your working station, and as the festival season are going on, and I hope you are remember that, or we can say I hope you are going to imagine that you are standing in front of your reporting officer or reporting head asking for the casual leave, or we can say your earned leave, or we can say holiday leave, or we can say your festival leave. So just do the imagination, like just it's around 3 to 4, 5, 6 months. After that, I am a government employee. So as you know, government employee is like highly respectable in our country, or we can say in our state also. So just put your all the efforts and do your best and give your best. Next question. Ferrous FeSO4 7S2O, that is your, you are able to see that here is iron as well as sulfatose group is there, and that is septahydrated. Okay, got it. So septahydrated, that is your ferrous sulfate. So why are you thinking so much like what is the chemical, or we can say what is the name of FeSO4? FeSO4 is nothing, that is ferrous sulfate. So there is a one single option in which the sulfate is written here. So these type of question can leads like you are we can say managing the time, and we can say these type of question are also the scoring questions. So just give your all the efforts and do your best. So next you have your chemical formula of like molecular weight of your ferrous ascorbate. So ferrous ascorbate is nothing, that is your having the molecular formula 748, that is your molecular formula of your ferrous ascorbate. Got it? So next you have your one of the following is an iron storage protein. So iron is nothing, that is stored in the form of ferritin. For the iron storage, there is a, or we can say for the absorption of iron, we require your ascorbic acid. We can say like iron absorption. This is the important point. Iron absorption you will discuss, or we can say you had, I think, read, or you are going to read in the Haematinics chapter of your pharmacology. So iron absorption required as positive, or we can say acid. So there is a contraindication, like if some patient is taking antacid, or we can say your proton pump inhibitor is do not have to take the iron supplement. So iron supplement doesn't be given with the antacid as well as your the drug that can decrease the pH of your stomach. So railway pharmacist crash course is there. As you know, we had started the TEJAS series also, that you are watching right now, and the new batch is going to start soon, or we can say already started before, we can say on the 18th of August. And just we have add-on group. If you are enrolling there, then we will complete your all the syllabus from the date of your enrolling till the your subscription date, or we can say till your expiry date of your subscription, or we can say your course. So the key feature of your course is include, like you will get 200 live classes, 500 plus already recorded video lecture by our expert faculty of GDC, 400 plus online test series that include your topic wise test, your subject wise test, your previous year question paper, as well as your full length test also. And as you done with the enrollment, you will get e-notes on your purchase course, where you can read all the tables that we have. And you will also get the free pharmacist marathon lecture that is on our GDC classes English GDC classes app in your English course. And the fees is around 3,000. So I don't think that is too much, because you are spending loads of money in your clothes and your all the things. So I don't think like there is a need to we can spend so much type of amount in such a type of stupid things. So just go on the app and scroll on the pharmacist railway pharmacist option, and do your registration there. So next question for you, like example of osmotic purgatives. Or osmotic purgatives, that is nothing, that is your magnesium sulfate. As I told you, that is magnesium sulfate is used your osmotic purgative. Next is your which of the following example of Haematinics except. So as I told you that in the question, if there is ferrous is written here, just you have to remember ferrous is related to your blood, or blood we can say Haematinics, or Haematinics we can say RBC, or we can say blood cells. So there is only single option where there is no ferrous. So these are the typical Haematinics drugs, name like ferrous sulfate, fumarate, ferric ammonium citrate, ferrous ascorbate, and carbonyl iron. Which of the following is a highly pure iron? So iron, carbonyl iron, that I told you, that is also the Haematinics drug. Carbonyl iron, that is the pure, highly pure iron. So this is carbonyl iron is the highly pure iron, and that is having the formula CFeO, that is carbon, iron, oxygen. And molecular formula of carbonyl iron, that is your 83.85, and it is having the spherical and grayish powder. Next question, which one is used as a protective in GIT? So protective, that is GIT, that means bismuth subcarbonate. Bismuth subcarbonate, that is substance that can protect your mucosal membrane, mucosal lining of GIT from any type of toxin, bacteria, virus, or we can say acid as well. Or we can say the other example include your bismuth subcarbonate, bismuth subnitrate, and milk of bismuth. Next is your stimulant laxative. So stimulant laxative act by your local irritancy of intestinal tract. And next, what are your stimulant laxatives? So stimulant laxative are nothing. These are the drug or chemical that act by local irritation on the intestinal tract and bring stimulation of peristaltic activity. And they are going to stimulate the peristaltic activity, and then they can work. And the drug that are going to act by stimulating purgative are your like senna, rhubarb, caspara, podophyllum, castor oil, and aloe oil. So basically, the anthraquinone glycosides that are your inborn purgative. You are going to read in your purgative chapter, or we can say glycosides chapter of your pharmacognosy, and in the pharmacognosy glycoside chapter, you are going to read that your anthraquinone glycosides are your inborn purgative. So anthraquinone glycosides are include your rhubarb, aloe, cascara, and your senna. Got it? Castor oil and podophyllum is also acting as your stimulant laxative. Next is your Burnet syndrome is associated with the prolonged use of your calcium containing antacid. So Burnet syndrome, that is related to your antacid preparation, or we can say prolonged drug abuse of your antacid. So what is 𝙂𝙀𝙎𝙎 syndrome, or we can say Burnet syndrome is also known as your 𝙂𝙀𝙎𝙎 syndrome. So basically it consists of your hypercalcemia, as you are taking the antacid that is having the calcium incorporated in this. So 𝙂𝙀𝙎𝙎 syndrome, that is having the various degrees of renal failure, metabolic alkalosis due to indigestion, or we can say large amount of calcium and absorbable alkali is there, and this chronic irreversibility condition of band keratopathy and other metastatic calcination occurs in. So this is basically related to the symptoms that include your dizziness, headache, confusion, psychosis, and dry mouth, and pruritus and pyuria were common in your Burnet syndrome, and hyperkalemia was present in all the cases that the patient are taking the antacid having the calcium supplement into it. So calcium containing antacid that are going to cause, we can say, your 𝙂𝙀𝙎𝙎 syndrome or your Burnet syndrome. Next question. Every antacid must have a total neutralizing capacity of at least. So at least means that is minimum, we can say 5 milliequivalent of HCl per dose per unit. So you are able to see there is all the three options are same in this question. So that this is a mistake that has been done by me. So sorry for that. Acid neutralizing capacity, that measure the capacity, or we can say ability of water to neutralize the acid input, and every antacid must have a antacid neutralizing capacity at least 5 milliequivalent of HCl per dose unit. Next is the citric acid is used in iron limit test. So citric acid is used in iron limit test because it prevent its precipitation of ammonia as ferrous oxide. So like the typical principle of your iron limit test is the iron limit test is basically between the reactions of your iron in your amonical solutions and with thioglycolic acid. As thioglycolic acid we are going to use in your iron limit test, and it occur in presence of your citric acid. So citric acid, your thioglycolic acid, your ammonical solution, iron thioglycolate, pink, reddish, purple color is formed in the limit test of iron. And the question was like in iron limit test, citric acid was used because it can we can prevent the precipitation of ammonium as a ferrous hydroxide. Got it? Next is like the agent which act by increasing the osmotic load by intestine. So osmotic load, or we can say there is a dealing of your cathartic, or we can say cathartic are act by increasing the osmotic load of your intestine. So we have basically the cathartic and laxative, we can say mild purgative or laxative, and strong purgative. So mild purgative that can promote the defecation by causing a minimum adverse effect, and it include the drug like that is your 𝙂𝙀𝙎𝙎. 𝙂𝙀𝙎𝙎 are basically the herbal formulation that is having the source of plant 𝙂𝙎𝙎, and it is the family that is Plantaceae, and the swelling index, that is the we can say criteria for the purity of the 𝙂𝙀𝙎𝙎. So we have stool softener. Stool softener include your liquid paraffin, and next you have irritant or stimulant purgative. Irritant or stimulant purgative is your senna, aloe, cascara, rhubarb, castor, and podophyllum. Saline cathartic are your sodium phosphate, sodium potassium, sodium tartrate, magnesium hydroxide, and magnesium sulfate that all are used as a strong purgative. Next, like as I told you that you have to remember some formulas like green neutral also. Green means your, that is your ferrous sulfate. So you are able to see double E in the question and here is double R. So ER means your green vitriol, that is your ferrous sulfate. So green vitriol, that is having we can say composition that contain your iron and copper, and it is having the formula that is FeSO4 7H2O or 7 hydrate of water, and we can say it is heptahydrate or it is blue green in color. So we done with this part of TEJAS marathon series. So I hope you had really enjoyed this test, and I request you, please watch the next part also, and please watch the next upcoming videos of all the TEJAS series, as you will able to see that all the questions in your pharmacist exam from our this series as well as our book, that is pharmacist book, railway pharmacist course. So it's a humble request to all of you, please watch all the videos timely, make your proper notes, always be in a positive mindset. Don't be say like I am not doing I am not unable to do anything. Just it's a we can say laziness. So take your laziness from your pocket and throw it in your outside place. So don't take a laziness in your pocket or in your mind, just keep it away, because almost area in your surrounding as well as my surrounding is empty. Just keep that we can say laziness there. So thank you everyone for watching this video. To know more, stay connected with GDC as well as GDC Classes English YouTube channel. So thank you everyone.